Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see sum number 5 of June 2023. I didn't write the sum because it's a very long one. So I'll just read it. ABC were trading in a partnership and their profit sharing ratio is 4 is to 3 is to 3. And they have given the balances on the books in the form of a uh, like a trial balance. Okay, now they have asked us to prepare partners current account, capital account, and balance sheet, and they have given further information regarding goodwill. It will be made separately instead through revaluation account, and the partners were ABC and C died on 30th June 2022. First, you should understand the partner C died on 30th June 2022 and the balances were given as on 31st December. That is, after the death of the partner. C died on 30th June 2022. But the balances were given as on 31st December 22. Okay, so this is after the death of C. And they said that goodwill may be made separately. And then interest on capital 12% per annum on the balance of the beginning of the year. So this is, they say that interest on capital 12% will be allowed on opening capital. When you have fixed capital method, you are having a capital account and then a current account. So your capital account will always have the opening balance of capital. So here we need not to worry about the opening balance. Whatever the amount is shown in the balance in the capital accounts will be taken as opening capital. So first point is clear. Second one, on the B, on the death of a partner, goodwill is to be valued at 3 years purchase of average annual profit of 3 years. So they say that you have to calculate the average profit of 3 years. That should be up to the death. Up to the death it should be 3 years. Because here the balance is given up to 31st December 2022. We have to take the profit up to 30th June for 3 years. So preceding this we should go for 3 years. Then the capital employed, they say that when you calculate the average profit, you have to deduct interest on capital employed. That is at the rate of 10% per annum. And they say that a fair remuneration of each partner should also be reduced. Then we have to find out the average profit. That means you have to adjust the average profit for interest on capital employed and fair remuneration to the partners. Okay, first thing is that I have given you the working note, calculation of adjusted average profit. This is up to the date of death is 3 years. So, moreover, in the later stage, they have told you that you can apportion the profit whenever necessary. You just read the question carefully. So we can just divide the profit. That means that you can take, if it is given for 1 year, you can very well take it for 6 months. There is no issue on that. Okay. So now we have taken 6 months for the up to 30th June. Then 1 year 2021, 1 year is 20, And here we have taken 6 months. The total comes to 3 years. So I have taken the profit of 2019 is given in the question as 2,52,000. So which I have divided by 2 to take for half of the year for 6 months. Then 2020 we are taking 1 year, and 2021 also we are taking 1 year, and again for 2022 in the balances they have given the profit, that is 2,34,000. So I have divided it into by 2 so that we get it for 7 months. So the total comes to 7,96,000. We have to divide it by 3 years because the average profit of 3 years comes to 2,65,500. Now what we have to do, we have to adjust this profit by deducting interest on capital employed. In the question, if you read, the interest on capital employed is given. Capital employed is given as capital employed. Capital employed is given as 5,85,000, and they have asked us to take the interest at the rate of 10% per annum. So we have to reduce 58,500. Okay. So from this we have to subtract the interest on capital employed. So that comes to 2,07,000. Then they have asked us to subtract the fair remuneration to partners. So less fair remuneration partners. They have given for each partner the remuneration is 56 to 50 in the question. So 56 to 50 for one partner. So we have to multiply it by 3. That will come to 1,68,750. So the adjusted average profit is 38,250. This is the adjusted average profit. Now goodwill is 3 years purchase. Adjusted average profit. Goodwill is 3 years purchase. I am writing everything short for short of time. 38,250 into 3. So this will come to 1,14,750. This is the goodwill. Now we have to find out the share of, I am writing here, share of C's share of goodwill. Because this is the goodwill of the firm. You must be very clear about that. We have to find out the C's share of goodwill. Ratio is 4 is to 3 is to 3. So C's share is 3 by 10. So what is the value comes out? 34,425. You can just cut off this 0, then that comes to 34,425. This is the amount to be given to C. This will be given from the gaining partners because they said that goodwill is not to be passed through revaluation account, and moreover they say that goodwill is not to be taken as an asset in the books of accounts. So we should not show it on the asset side. We should not take it from there. Therefore, adjustment will be made through capital accounts. So we are going to find out the gaining ratio. New share is they are going to share the profits and losses in equal ratio. So that is 1 is to 1. So the new share is 1 by 2. Old share for A was 4 by 10. If you subtract this will be 5. This will become 5. So that will be 1 by 10 is the gaining ratio of A, and B also getting equal share in the new partnership, and his old share was 3 by 10, and this will come as 2 by 10. Hope you all know the calculations to take the LCM and all. Okay, I need not to go into the detail of that. So now the gaining ratio is equal to 1 is to 2. Now this amount of, I am writing here for short of space, this amount of 34,425 will be distributed in the ratio of 1 is to 2. Now what will happen? These A and B will bear this in their gaining ratio. A is capital account because the sum says that clearly it should go through capital account, not the current account. Though they are maintaining capital and current account, the sum clearly asks that it should be adjusted through capital account. A's capital account will be debited 34,425 into 1 by 10. Sorry. 3. The gaining ratio is 1 is to 2. 1 by 3. So his account will be debited with 11,475, and B's capital account will be debited 34,425 into 2 by 3. So that will be, amount is 22,950. So this total amount will go to the C's capital account. This will go to C's capital account. 34,425. You have to write the journal entry. Goodwill, you can write very well here. Goodwill distributed to C in gaining ratio. Okay. So now this is all about goodwill. Now moving on to the next working note, we will be doing it with the revaluation account. They have said in the question, there is an independent valuer who will assess the assets and liabilities. I'll just read the sentence. Independent valuation on the date of death is revealed. Land and the building account has gone up to 2,25,000. It means that the earlier balance was 1,80,000. Now it has gone up to 2,25,000. So it is a gain on revaluation. The increase in land and the building has become 45,000. And in case of furniture and fixture, the value has come down to 22,500. Earlier it was 33,750. I hope. Yes, 33,750. Now it has come down to 22,500. So there is a reduction in the value of furniture and fixture by 11,250. Now the balancing figure, that is 33,750, will be distributed among all the partners in old profit sharing ratio. So first A will get 4 by 10 share of this, B will get 3 by 10 of this, and C will get 3 by 10 of this. So that works out to 13,500 for A and 10,125 for B and 10,125 for C. So this makes a total of 45,000. So 45,000. So the revaluation work is also over. Now we have to do one more working note, that is profit and loss appropriation account. Here, because the balances are given after the death of C, we have to bifurcate the period into two halves. The first half up to 30th June 22 and the second half, he died on 30th. So after death, 1722, only two partners will be available. They are the continuing partners. So we have to distribute into two halves. Otherwise, it would be difficult for us to find out the interest on capital and other things. Okay. Now first we are going to transfer the profit from by P&L account. The profit I am distributing in two areas, just dividing it 2,34,000. I am dividing it into two, that is 1,17,000 for this period and 1,17,000 for the remaining period, taking it into just two halves. Now first we are going to give interest on capital. Interest on capital is provided at the rate of 12% per annum. So we are going to calculate 12% per annum. The calculator. So a minute, I'll just pick my calculator. Okay. So now their capital was in the beginning for this fellow, for A the capital is 25,000. You can calculate for 6 months means half of the year. Straight away you can go for 6% or you go for 12%, then divide it by 2. It will take you much time. So straight away go for half of the year. You can go for 16, sorry, 6%. Instead of 12%, we can go for 6% for, because we are going to take it for half of the year. So on 2,25,000 it comes to, for A it comes to 13,500. The next fellow, his capital is just half of that, 1,12,500. So he will be getting just half of this, 6,750. Understand? In 1,12,500, 6% will be just half of this, because this capital is 2,25,000, this capital is 1,12,500. And for C, it is on 1,35,000. If we go for 6%, that comes to 8,100. This is the total capital they all the three will be getting. The remaining amount will be distributed in their old profit sharing ratio. Now this is share of profit. Share of profit to A, B, because C is alive in this period. So they are going to take the amount. So the balancing figure will come here. So 1,17,000 minus 13,500 minus 6,750 minus 8,100 comes to 88,650. This is the total amount will be distributed in their old profit sharing ratio. So A will be getting, I'll write here because I don't have space here. So I'm writing here. So you have to write inner column, please. So A will be getting 35,460, that is 4 by 10 of 88,650. B will be getting 26,595, and C will be getting 26,595. So this, the total comes to 1,17,000. So first half is over, 1,17,000. But second half we can't finish it for these two people because C will be getting interest on his executor's loan account, because they say that you transfer this amount to executor loan and the loan amount will get 12% per annum for the period remaining with us. So he died on 30th June. So up to 31st to 12, he will be getting his executor account. We have to give interest on loan. So that we cannot calculate right now because we have to take the balancing figure which we have to pay to C. Then only we will be able to calculate that interest. So I'm just leaving that. But this interest, these people are alive and they will they are continuing. So they will be getting 13,500 and 6,750. C will not get any interest, but his loan account we have to pay interest. So that we will come back later. Then only we can carry forward the balance profit we can find out. So now we have to move on to partner's current account. We have to close the partner's current account, transfer it to partner's capital account. Then only we will be able to do the P&L appropriation completion. Okay. So first let me go to the capital account. So capital account, we will be writing the opening balances by balance noted down. A's balance is 2,25,000 and the B's balance is 1,12,500 and the C was having 1,35,000. So goodwill we will be transferring through capital account. So by A and B's capital account, C will be getting goodwill. So write it in the bracket, it is a share of goodwill. That is 34,425. And A and B we have to debit for that amount. To C's capital account, A will be debited with 11,475. Already we have made this working, 11,475, and B will be debited with 22,950. Okay. So now we have to first close the current account, then only we will come back to this fellow. Otherwise, as far as A and B is concerned, we have no issues. We can close A and B. Okay. So I am closing A and B's account. So 2,25,000. Only C we have to transfer the current account balance to capital account, and from here we have to transfer it to executor account. Okay, so this total comes to 2,25,000 and 1,12,500. So this balance will be here only. So to balance carried down, balancing figure comes to 213,525 comes to 89,550. Okay. So see, we are remaining it. Now we are moving on to the current account. So they have given the current account balance as a debit balance in the trial balance. To balance brought it down. A was having a debit balance of 36,000 and B 54,000 and C also 54,000. So this was the current account balance. Now we have to give them interest on capital. Already we have worked. Date column I have not put. You can please make it. Interest on capital. We have already calculated. That was total for A for both the of 13,500 comes to 27,000, and for B 6750 for both the halves comes to 13,500, and for C it is 8,100. This has got no issue. Second one, we have to transfer the revaluation profit. Revaluation profit we did already here. Just a minute, it's not opening. Revaluation profit, see, 13,500, 10,125, 10,125. I am writing here the revaluation profit, revaluation account. We are going to give 13,500 to A, 10,125 to B, and 10,125 to C. Already we have worked out. Now, by for half of the year, by P&L appropriation account, half of the year we have closed it. So P&L appropriation account profit up to 30 June, that we can take it here. Then we will take it to 31st December. So up to 30 June it is 43,568. We have worked out 43, sorry, I think 35. Just a minute. Let me check that amount. This is 35,460 and 26,595. Sorry, 35,460 and 26,595 and 26,595. For the rest half, after finishing C's working, we will calculate the profit. That is up to 30th, 31st December 22. This we will work out after transferring C's account to loan account, so that we can calculate the interest on loan. Then after deducting the interest on loan, whatever the profit left out will be distributed to A and B. So now we will be closing this C's account. C for whatever we have to give, we have already given. So the total this side is more 54,000. So I am copying this 54,000 this side, and the balancing figure comes to 9,180. This is the balance will be transferred to by capital account. C is capital account. This will be transferred to C is capital account because we have to close that. So now coming to capital account, we are going to take this amount to C's current account. So from the current account, we have transferred this amount to capital account so that this will be transferred to the total amount will be balancing figure will be transferred to executor's loan account. So now this total comes to, because everything is given to C, I am going to total his account 1,69,425. So the balancing figure, that is 1,69,425. The balancing figure is 1,60,245 will be transferred to executor's loan account. C is executor loan account. Understand? Hope you are understanding it. On this amount, we have to calculate interest for 6 months. So we can calculate 6% on that. Now we will be able to close our P&L appropriation account. Hope it will get open. It takes 2 minutes. So like this, we have to close this P&L appropriation account. Then we will be able to close our balance sheet. It's not responding, some problem happened. Thank you. Okay. Now the P&L appropriation, we can take that into, we will be able to calculate the interest on his loan account. Clear? So now we are going to calculate the interest on loan account. That will be 1,60,245. It is 160. Let me calculate 1,60,245 into 6%. That rounding off comes to 9,615. It comes to 9614.7. I'm taking it as 9615. Okay, now the balancing figure will be, profit will be distributed to A and B. So 13,500 plus 6,750 plus 9,615 minus 1,17,000 comes to 87,135. This will be distributed equally to both of them. So I am just dividing it by 2. So one person will be getting 43,567.5. It comes. I am taking it as 43,568 for A, and I am taking it for B 43,567. So now this amount can be transferred to their current account and we can close it. So this will be 1,17,000. But this interest on the loan will be shown on the liability side as an outstanding because his amount was not paid to C. It is transferred to executor loan account and the interest also not paid yet. So this will be shown as a liability and these two amount will be transferred to partner's current account. Okay. Hope you are able to understand. Though the sum is a very lengthier one, but if you do it step by step, it will be matching. 568 and 43 567. So this was the total of profit transferred to A and profit transferred to B for the whole year. So the total works to 119,528, and here the total comes to 67, sorry, 93,787. 13,500, 10,125, 10,17. Yes. So the total I am taking this side 119,528. 119,528. The balancing figure would be 83,528. So this is the balance carried down. This will become the balance brought down on the credit side. Here it would be 93,787. This will be 39,787. So you can very well write here by balance brought down. For A and B, this will be 83,528. This will go to your balance sheet on the liability side. Current account balance 787. Here for him it is nil. We have transferred to capital account and then closed it. Now let us go to the balance sheet. Everything we have completed. So now we are moving on to the balance sheet. Balance sheet we can prepare as on 31st December. So we are going to write the assets side here and the liabilities are here. So they have given land and building. The original value was 1,80,000 and we have increased, added that 45,000. I am not writing for short of time. Please bear with me. And 2,25,000. This is the total amount of land and building. Add, increase. Okay. Then comes to furniture and fixture. This was amount was 33,750 and this was reduced to less depreciation or decrease. You can write 11,250. So this amount comes to 22,500. Then comes your stock. They have given 2,81,250. Then debtors, because other items there is no change. They have told very clearly in the question 45,000 and the bank account is 90,000. Because we have not made the payment, the amount in bank remains as such. Okay, 90,000. The total comes to 6,63,750. Lakh 63,750. So now this side, first thing is that capital account. Now we are having the capital account of A and B only. Capital account A. A is in the inner column 2,13,525. 213,525 and the B 89,550. The total capital will be for the firm 3,03,075. 3,03,075. And now in current account, they are having 83 The balance is 83,528, 83,528 and 39,787 for B. Let me total this. 83,528 plus 39,787 comes to 1,23,315. 123,315. Then the executor's loan account. C is executor loan account 1,60,245. 1,60,245. Don't forget to write the interest outstanding for the 6 months. It is 9,615. Now they have given one more creditors count 67,500. Let me total this so that we confirm that. 123,303,075 plus 160,245 plus 9,650 plus 67,500. The total comes to 6,63,750. Because it was for 20 marks, definitely it is a lengthy sum. You must have become panicked by seeing such sums. But if you have completed and if you are confident with that, you can move on. Though it's a time taking. So this type of sum has come for the first time, I hope so. Anyway, good luck to all of you. Thanks for watching and don't forget to share my video. If you like it, please give a thumbs up. Thank you.